1899 saved Netflix's very bad year in TV. Netflix's year has been defined by subscriber losses and bad reviews for its biggest shows. But the popularity of foreign language series like 1899 has been a bright spot. At the Primetime Emmys in September, Netflix's 2021 smash hit Squid Game made history when it took home the lead actor and directing drama prizes. In their respective categories, both Lee Young-jae and Hwang Dong-hyuk became the first-ever Asian winners, native Korean winners, and first winners for a non-English language series. That meant Netflix finally had something to celebrate in a year defined by backlash stemming from cancellations, layoffs, and bad reviews for its biggest shows, not to mention hemorrhaging subscriber numbers. Squid Game is far from an anomaly in Netflix's pantheon of global hits that are not in the English language. It follows popular shows like Lupin, Money Heist, Narcos, Dark, and Elite. The streamer is available worldwide, so it makes sense that viewers want to watch titles from different markets, regardless of the language or setting. In 2015, The Washington Post proclaimed that Netflix is tricking audiences into embracing subtitles, thanks to shows like Narcos. Which is a choice of phrasing that, now, certainly seems inelegant. It is notable, however, that Netflix continues to thrive in this sector and is still sinking money in splashy productions like the German series 1899, which was released last month. Given that 1899 topped the chart of Netflix's most-watched shows in the weeks after it premiered, it's clear that views are demanding more global content as well. One of the best non-English language shows of the last few years, on any platform, is the brain-wrinkling Dark, which is why 1899, the next time-bending adventure from Dark creators Baron Bo Oder and Jansch Fries, has become such an event. And this time, a casting twist taps into one of Netflix's brightest and most appealing assets, its international acting roster. 1899 set sail last month to solid reviews. And is not to be confused with the growing Yellowstone prequel universe taking their titles from the year they are set. The series takes place aboard the Kerberos migrant steamship, which is sailing to the United States from Europe. Rather than an all-German cast, the showrunners assembled an ensemble reflecting the array of nationalities who would have been immigrating to New York City at the turn of the 20th century. Not everyone speaks English, and as anyone who has watched Titanic, or even the Saoirse Ronan starring Brooklyn, knows, the class divide leaves plenty of room for conflict, romance, and crossed wires. Everyone aboard the ship, or at least the ones with a speaking role, is running away from something, making the transatlantic journey tinged with fear and hope. Well, that is until everything goes to shit, and it tips squarely into mindfuck territory. Honestly, I would watch this show even without the trippy supernatural events that turn this from a typical historical drama into a science fiction mystery. Affairs, hidden identities, and murder are just a handful of the secrets that threaten to transform this vessel a powder keg. The show is set more than a decade before the Titanic takes its ill-fated maiden voyage, so icebergs are not a concern. Instead, the missing steamship Prometheus provides a cautionary tale of what might go wrong. So when the vessel reappears with no one but a creepy child on board, the mood is far from celebratory. Throw hard-to-explain deaths and strange devices into the mix, and the vibes are soured even further. The narrative is purposefully confusing at times. At one point, the hot captain astutely says, "None of this makes sense." As a fan of Dark, the puzzle box details and existential-heavy conversations were an expectation, and once again, let me put my philosophy undergraduate degree to good use. Newcomers might find it difficult to untangle the various threads at first. Still, it isn't all unfamiliar territory, as the 1899 casting directors Lucy Bevan and Emily Brockman have assembled a host of familiar faces that fans of other Netflix titles will recognize.